Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Kenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Tar Heels will put total weather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Stanford's offense will come out first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those.
There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. They'll run it from the gun. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Brown wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Farrell. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there, and just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now moved it out and putting a drive together. He's looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Quarterback keeper. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Touchdown, Stanford! Fitted in the window for the score.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off. 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So North Carolina's offense will take the field for the first time. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did, and he was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Right, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And, you know, you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The give to the back. Fighting off the defender. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's good. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement.
Turning it on! And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
A little too anxious to get started on the outside, and that's a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The give to the back. Got some more minute to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina. Follow the blocking. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
They are going back to the ground.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Stanford could choose to go for it all here on 2nd and inches. Brown will throw it. He's got an open man. He'll work his way down to the 28.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. The give to Davis. Jukes his way for more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold on.
That penalty cost him a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Got it set up on the outside. This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. Here comes the field goal unit. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate.
Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Lopez wants to fire. They'll run the screen. Nice move to keep running. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, he's getting ahead of and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. 1st down from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on third down. Pulls it in. It's Davis. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Lopez to pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Looking for space. It's Hood. Got the first down. Looking for more. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Looking to throw on first down. Punts it out of the air.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Tar Heels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Tar Heels are on the move. From the gun, the ground game. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The Tar Heels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The play action fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown UNC! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. A high kick trying to pen them deep. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. on the run. It's Hood. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Handoff from the gun. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Brown wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Williams. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got his man in the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Bears the pressure. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cardinal!
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys there on Stadium Drive at Kenan Memorial.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Stanford will boot it away to start this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Might be changing the route. Lopez wants to fire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamps down in this one. They're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Gives it on the option. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Wisconsin has just had no answers today, and I'm not sure you could put J.J. Watt back out there inside Camp Randall and expect a different outcome. They're trailing by 22 to Washington. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
And the Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pressure coming. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to buy time. Slings it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Tar Heels have their offense in high gear.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And they just need a few inches for the 1st down, but they've got 3 receivers spread to the right. Lopez to pass. Flips it out on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. He'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. The lead now up to 7 at 24-17. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll run play action. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
A strike downfield. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. The screen, he's got wheels. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
The Cardinals come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. Brown will throw it. Get it out on the screen. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. North Carolina has a it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Tar Heels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking for room. It's Gauze. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So first down, we'll open up the final period. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got it in the middle, it's Shipp. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Touchdown, North Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Brown wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Davis. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive.
Touchdown, Tar Heels! And they take it in for 6 more points. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Brown will throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Rush is on him. Gets rid of it. Caught near the sticks. It's Davis. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
That much time for any good QB in college football is not going to equal success for your defense. The defense has to do a better job trying to get pressure on the quarterback. He's way too comfortable.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Breaks the tackle. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the play fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the fourth quarter, and you're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits.
Looking deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by...
It's picked off, and another empty drive.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They have it once again in spectacular field position. Cashed in the last time and even better this time around. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Lopez wants to fire. They've got the screen set up. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew.
Touchdown, UNC! And the punishment has been extended. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. They punt it away on 4th down. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Hand off from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.